Okay guys, this is Cruise Roy with the Century Predator gasser, newest one to the collection. I got it used for a real good deal. It was set up with Futaba 92.52 servos and 3151 on the throttle. It has an Align BEC setup. It's usually for nitro. It's got the GV1 governor, which I'm going to disconnect for now till I get used to how governors work. It did have a cracked, just show you a minute here, it did have a cracked skid. Some people think it might have been from a hard landing, which is probably true. So I mean, one of them wasn't. It was like it tipped in the front. It broke in the front, so someone recommended that I take her apart and inspect her. So I took the head tail section off, all of that, to inspect everything. I've been pretty much looking. It's not carbon fiber, I guess. It's called a carbon frame, or the G10 frame. And I kind of looked everywhere, even for like where the canopy attaches, the canopy nuts, and because that's usually where the stress comes on. The frame is aluminum underneath that holds the skids. I don't see any bending there. I don't see any cracks. Nothing broken on the fuel cell. The fuel cell actually looks pretty good. They're usually all yellow from gas. The gas lines are good. Everything fired up, and I did have it set up with the radio. The only thing I noticed is some glue here and there from things that have been stuck on and taken off, like the statigator. I might all disconnect the statigator and the governor for now and just run it old school, try to get some really good pitch curves. The only wear I see is where these flathead screws were. Someone looked like they used a bigger screwdriver. A big screwdriver right here and just scratched a little bit of the plastic, but otherwise it's not a crack. The motor looks in good shape. There's no nicks or scratches on the fan shroud. The only thing I did notice is, even somebody else noticed, is the screw heads. They're rusty. You know, the guy did say he kept it up in his attic for a while, and that could be the reason. But you know, even the fuel system, everything looks good. The canopy grommets were pretty stiff, so I got new canopy grommets from Helicopter World. And the stuff came pretty quick, and I ordered some new skids, and the skids weren't bad. It was $14 for some new skids. I didn't pull the spark plug yet, which I might do in a little bit, but I want to clean up the frame, get that goop off of there. The links all feel good. I popped them off, put them back on. They don't feel brittle. Really nice servos here. It's got a GY 611 gyro on here, and it has the high-speed servo, which is on the tail right now. But pretty much I've been going around this thing looking for any cracks or in the frame or anything, and I can't find a thing. I have no idea why it landed so hard on the front. I mean, these things are heavy. I mean, this assembly here is heavier than the Raptor by itself. And it's just a big bird. I haven't started the motor yet, so I'm in the dark about that. I got to get a fuel setup system. The neoprene hoses, these are the better ones. They seem to be in good shape. It has a refuel spot right here, and everything looks good. Even the carburetor and stuff, I don't know if that's adjusted properly, but that's okay. But like I said, I don't see anything. The only thing was this. Let me get it for you. Is this one skid in the front. Looked like it took a good wallop, and the guy fixed it. Said he was flying it this way, but it kind of scared me, you know. And it looked like a couple of hits and it would have just broke the other skid. And I kind of like the skid nuts on mine so it doesn't get this wear and tear on here, but hard to find 10mm skid nuts. And this one was worn too, but not cracked. And this was the one in the rear. I mean, pretty durable, so how did it crack? Did he fly it in the cold? You know, these birds, if it's freezing out, they'll break real easy. It's just plastic. But like I says, I can't really see anything, any bad damages or scratches on this frame. So there said, I will neaten this up. I'm running the Futaba 7 channel. I did the testing on it. Everything was fine. I felt the servo's movement. I take the rods off and lightly put my finger on here to see if any gears were broken, and I can't find a thing. So I don't know how the skid broke, but it had gotten broken. But from Helicopter World, I did pick up 2 brand new set of skids. Real surprised how fast they got to the house. So I'm going to assemble those on here today. And I probably should have picked up the new skid pipes. They're not really bad, they're just scratched up from landing. So I'm just going to reuse them. But I should have bought new ones. As you know, the Centuries are getting harder and harder to find parts for, but they're still out there. But I might buy these and put them on later. But that's about it for right now. I'm going to put the skids on it, and then I'll get back to you on how everything looks there, and then we'll start with the tail.